Hey there guys, it is Natural Nadine here and I'm back with another video. Today's video is going to be all about keratin treatment. This is a video I wanted to make even when I was still a curly haired natural. It applies to both curly haired naturals and straight haired naturals. I know usually when you think keratin treatments you think straight hair, but the rise of people using keratin treatments even on their curly hair, I really feel like keratin treatments are something that the natural hair community is starting to dabble in a little bit more. We're going to talk about whether or not I'm here for it. Okay guys, so firstly we're going to talk about what is keratin. Okay, this keratin that everybody's always talking about, keratin this, keratin that. Keratin is a protein and it is a chain of amino acids and makes up the bulk of our hair. Now there's so many different types of keratins, guys. I'm pretty sure there's like over 100 different types of keratins. Some types are for hair, some types are for skin, some types crossover. And this is exactly why sometimes you can use one product that contains keratin and it won't agree with your hair at all, and you can use another product that contains keratin and it will agree with your hair. So it really depends on the different types of keratin. I kind of touched a little bit on in my video about proteins, the different types. If you haven't watched that, I'll have it linked down below. Anyways, so keratin, a molecule, makes up the bulk of the hair, also is a chain of amino acid, it's a protein, right? We've got that in the back. So what is a keratin treatment? To put it bluntly, it uses keratin to fill in and smooth the hair's surface. If you guys have watched my previous videos, the first one on why black people don't have low porosity hair, and part 2 as well on why black people don't have low porosity hair, I show various images on the cuticular structure of just hair in general of all types of different races. And speaking strictly for black people, because hello, black people have either an irregular cuticular pattern or they have gaps within the cuticle layers and so on and so forth. And so what a keratin treatment would do is fill in those gaps by forming a layer on top of your hair and in between those cuticle layers, which in turn smoothens the hair and makes your hair appear healthier. That's a key word here, is appear, right? What it doesn't actually do is technically repair the hair. All keratin treatments are basically a band-aid. Now, because of the nature of keratin filling in the gaps between the hair cuticles and making the cuticle layer just a lot smoother, what it does is it lowers your hair's porosity. Now, you guys know I'm such a huge fan of lowering my hair's porosity because, as you guys know, I have high porosity hair, and my goal for my natural hair journey has always been to retain moisture better. And if I want to retain moisture better, I need to lower my hair's porosity. That for me is like one big benefit that has like kind of opened my eyes towards keratin treatment. I have this problem where my hair loses moisture quite easily, my cuticular pattern isn't even, I have naturally raised cuticles, and keratin is kind of like a solution to that because it will fill in those gaps and smoothen the hair cuticle and make my hair retain moisture better. It's also why when you get a keratin treatment, your hair is more resistant to like humidity and moisture and all of that because it lowers your hair's porosity, right? That is a benefit for both straight hair and curly hair. If you are somebody who struggles with moisture retention and extremely high porosity hair, a keratin treatment might be a solution for you. But I've made a video before about the dangers of lowering your hair's porosity, and one of those dangers is having extremely dry hair. Am I gonna get into that? Which leads me to my first potential con of keratin treatments, and this goes for lowering your hair porosity in general. Your hair isn't moisture trained, or you don't pack moisture into your hair but then you seal that hair cuticle, you will be so much more prone to dryness than you were that even if your hair was high porosity. Because at least when your hair was high porosity, you were able to like moisturize it, if that makes sense. You were able to actually allow moisture to penetrate effectively even if it didn't stay in there for long. But if you now seal those cuticles with keratin or with apple cider vinegar or with whatever it is you're using, and then you're not able to moisturize effectively, it's like a recipe for disaster. So for me, I would only ever try and approach a keratin treatment if my hair was like moisture trained and I knew how to effectively moisturize my hair, basically. And then coupled with this is, okay, this is a pro and a con, right? So the pro is that keratin treatments can really strengthen the hair. The con is also that keratin treatments can really strengthen the hair. Let me explain what I mean by that. So when that keratin fills your hair cuticles and fills, you know, just all of that, your hair is stronger, right? It's got more protein, it's got more strength, it's got a little bit more elasticity. That in turn will make your hair stronger. However, if your hair is dry or if you aren't able to maintain that protein moisture balance, your hair will become so strong that it's now stiff, and then it becomes brittle, and then it breaks off. So if you are going to get a keratin treatment, make sure you're on job with your moisture, okay? Because one, it's going to be hard to moisturize, and two, that keratin is going to make your hair so strong. And stiff isn't the word, but it is the word, if that makes sense. Tensile strength is the right word, but I feel like nobody knows what that means. I think in one of my previous videos I linked a research paper on the tensile strength of hair, links the Young's modulus of hair with the amount of like protein it had in it, and just to like really like simplify what a Young's modulus is, it's basically at what point a material will snap or break. When you don't have as much keratin, it might be more of like a ooh curve. When you do have lots of keratin, it might be like ooh snap. That's it. So it's a lot more abrupt when it happens when you have a lot of protein or keratin in your hair. So to answer the question to myself, would I ever do a keratin treatment, especially now that I'm a straight haired natural? It makes just so much sense. I'm not opposed to the idea. Firstly, I would like to see how my hair kind of is without it, but I'm absolutely not opposed to a keratin treatment, because genuinely I feel like I'm so, not to toot my own horn, but good at maintaining healthy hair. So for me, I feel like I trust my ability to take care of my hair, to be able to maintain my hair even with a keratin treatment, but it's not something that I would reach for just yet. But is it something that I think people should be scared of? Like, no. I definitely think that it's something that a lot of naturalistas should be open to. If you want to maintain your hair curly, there are some keratin treatments that just won't work for you. For example, there are a lot of the keratin treatments actually are heat activated and require like straightening to like really lock in that keratin and really get that keratin kind of to smooth your hair out. And then some keratin treatments are like still heat activated, but like you can sit under the dryer with it in and still maintain your curls, and your hair will still be like more manageable, more smooth, and that type of thing. I really want to know, guys, if you guys has anybody here ever done a keratin treatment? What was your experience? Was it good? Was it bad? Was it positive? Was it negative? And what advice would you give for somebody who's contemplating getting a keratin treatment? Not me though, y'all be safe. So that's pretty much it for today's video, guys. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.